Welcome to another Women and a Series, which is Zetobo Sigwe Ezi Kolomo. Today I want to discuss on a very important topic, why we are going back to our ancestral religion. Why we are going back to our what? Ancestral religion. Before I proceed, let me also remind you of Afiolo Extra. For you to make preparation, we are getting close. August 28th to 31st. That's when we are doing our Afiolo Extra this year. A festival, a conference, an Ordinana conference, a meeting of the Ordinana, of young Igbos to promote and project our culture. It's be an opportunity to meet some of us during this period. Please, let's make preparation. If those who want to support, you can support. There will be an account number on the screen. Please, you can support us in this work we are doing. Thank you. Why we Igbos are going back to our what? Ancestral religion. As in Egbejelumba, Ghana. Is an Igbo saying, Egbejelumba, Ghana. Like the proverbial bird, Egbe, Nejemba, Oputa, travel far wide to a foreign land and stay there for like months. Let on Natawa, we Igbos, Ayejegumba, we have tasted the foreign religion and we are coming back. So many of the Igbos, like the proverbial Egbe kite, are returning en mass to the religion of their what? Ancestors. Christianity, which is the dominant religion adopted by many Igbo, many modern Igbo, is getting massive heat and attack from young Igbos who are returning to the traditional religion of their ancestors. Now, I would like us to examine the reason this reawakening is happening now. Understanding the reason will help us to sustain the momentum and, most importantly, ensure never again will we as a people be easily brainwashed into abandoning what is ours in order to embrace what is not ours. It is risky, and we have seen it with our very own eyes. It is risky for you to abandon what is yours in order to embrace what is not yours. No matter what, it will be foolish for you to reject your own in order to embrace another person's own. Now, let's examine these reasons why many Igbos are going back to their ancestral religion. Number one, time. Time, T-I-M-E. They say time heals all wounds. It exposes all lies. It also trips the tyrant. According to Isiabi Robi, time trips the tyrant. I have always maintained that time is the greatest diviner. The most perfect divination, the most perfect diviner is time. The Bible says, time will tell. It's time that tells whether something is good or whether something is bad. It's time that will show those are the here or those are the here. It's going to work, it's going to work. Time will tell. It's not going to work. Time will tell. Something is good or something is bad. It's time that will tell. It's time that tells perfectly what is good and what is bad. So it has taken time to expose the falsehood about our ancestral religion. The traditional religion of our ancestors was labeled bad, demonic, evil, satanic, hedonism. All kind of evil adjectives were used in mislabeling this traditional religion. All because they wanted to plant a foreign religion. They wanted to plant Christianity. Giving the dog a bad name in order to kill it. Bad names, bad labels we are given. Both the ones our ancestors did and the ones they didn't do. They manufactured many things. Both the things that we are good, they mislabel them bad. Yes, there might be some things our ancestors did not get right, but which person's ancestor is innocent? Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Will always admit that his own ancestors is evil. It's only a foolish person that you accept. So both the ones our ancestors did and the ones they didn't do, They were accused of them, and we, their offspring, foolishly believed their accusers. So time is showing. Let's take the case in point, the case of Ibini Obabe, one of the labels they gave. The most powerful god in the whole of Igbo land that had almost an organized system was Ibini Obabe, the long juju of Arochukwu, that they call Chukwu. I always tell people that the reason why the first Igbo Bible didn't use the word Chukwu, rather they used the word Chineke, was so that people will not mistake Chukwu in the Bible for the long juju of Arochukwu, because of that deity, that god Chukwu, was so powerful, it was almost controlling the whole of Igbo land. It's the final arbiter in most cases, in all the cases. So the whites, the missionaries, they studied us carefully. They studied the Igbos before coming. So they knew that the Igbos had reference for what? Chukwu. So they gave that deity a very bad name. Yes, some people were using the deity, some Arabs were using the deities to practice slave trade. Just like people are still using God to fight battles. There is no God that the people who are in charge of the gods don't use it to do one thing or the other. In every 12, there must be a Judas. However, in order to poison the mind of the Igbos against the deity Chukwu, they gave it a very bad name, both the one they did and the one, and they made sure they decimated that deity, and they even banned it. It was a decree, it was an edict. So they destroyed it. They gave it a very bad name. We learned it in school as part of our history, that it was evil, that they were killing people. But it was not entirely correct. Research has proven that it was not entirely correct, that so many of the things that were attributed to the long juju of Arochukwu were manufactured, all to cast aspersion, all to to remove the mind of the people, the Igbo populace, from that Chukwu into the new god or into the new colonial system. Because assuming the priest of long juju will tell the Igbos that the god said that they should fight these white people, it means there will be a great battle. So the first thing that they did was to humble the worshipper, as in the priest of Chukwu, decree an anathema, brandish it evil. Both the ones they did and the ones they didn't do, they accused the priest of Chukwu of doing all these things, humiliated them, so that they won't have respect in the eyes of the Igbo again. But our people will say, today people are still going to Chukwu. Today, those some people are hiding. Many people are still going to Chukwu to seek for clarification in difficult communal matters or family matters. So time has exposed all the falsehood. Time has exposed the lies against some of our cultural practices that were said to be evil. For example, destruction of Odom, Emachigi, Ewafa, Ewamon, Ichiozo, Ifotu, Usan, Ipalose, Ekwaro, Eguaro, Ikwozu, all these things were made to look like what? Satanic, devilish practices, hedonism. They were categorized under hedonism. Manefa Wife Debelu, that we are used to build the fabric of the Igbo nation, and destroying them was destroying the foundation of Igbo nation, the fabric of our society. Today we have destroyed the fabric of the society, and we are seeing the effect of it. Although some families that destroyed it at Hana for fear, and they are going back to restore it. Eguaro, traditional Igbo calendar, people are going back to it now, knowing that we need to have our own calendar. That the Chinese have their own calendar, others have their own calendar. Why can't we have our own calendar? Ichiozo, you cannot restore leadership in Igbo land, the right kind of leadership, without restoring the Ozo system. So many of our people have seen through the eyes of time. They have seen the cost of abandoning, neglecting, destroying these ancient practices. Consequently, no one needs to tell them to apply caution or to retrace their steps. So are you seeing why we are retracing our steps? Time has proven to us that our fathers did mistakes in abandoning these cultural practices. Many big OBs have fallen. They have not been able to produce great men again. Why? Because they destroyed Ifeanyi What made the Obi great? Many families are going through adversity because they destroyed what has helped the family to overcome adversity of life, vicissitudes of life. Time has shown that that one you say that it is not it. No, where they have prayed, they have fasted. Let's see another reason. Reincarnation. Some of our forefathers have returned through young ones. Some young people now, most young people that you are seeing, they are returned ancestors, reincarnated ancestors. They have come back to either explain or institute their altars, their offspring destroyed. Or why young people are GK now? Because it's young people that are championing this cause of Ordinana right now, the return of Ordinana. So don't just call them young. Some of them are returned Ndibo, have reincarnated. So many young Igbos today are the reincarnation of Ndembo and Ndegede that practiced Ordinala. They have returned to explain what they did, to tell their own side of the story. Shemamanda talked about the dangers of a single story. Over 40 years or 50 years, Christianity have been saying their own this thing, destroying, castigating Ordinana. Now, if any senitego, eti uche eziokwu senite, ndị Ordinana are explaining. That is why anywhere you turn, you cannot run away from it. If you don't listen to Ezikolomo, you listen to Mazi Dibia. If you don't listen to Mazi Dibia, you listen to Onyedima. Ha Kanko, Aye Kanko. We are many. You can't mention their names. Aye Kanko. You must, anywhere you turn to, you must listen to those who are explaining, defending the cultural practices of Ndibo, of their ancestors. Why? Because the ancients are returning. Our ancestors are returning in young body. They have returned. Like John the Baptist. The real people are coming. We are just forerunners. Number 3, the democratization of mass media. Internet, social media is one of the greatest achievements of the 20th and 21st century. Before this, the media is in the hands of the elite. They use this media to shape perception. They use it for mind control. They use it to determine what is truth. You must know that Christianity and her numerous occult groups are one of the most powerful institutions in the world. They have controlled the educational system for centuries. They have controlled the perception of truth, what we should think to be the truth. They have controlled it for centuries. Today, the internet has given all suppressed and oppressed voices a medium to tell their own side of the stories. Peoples and cultures of the world, the oppressed people, have used the internet, the democratization of the mass media. We are using it to tell our own side of the story. So the more, because information is power, the more we are spreading this information, telling our own side of the story, you will be weighing it. We are not evangelizing. We are not asking anybody to join the ancestral religion. You're not judging for yourself. And I hosiata from Oka. I put if any menagono, osenitewego. If I ne kuzikita abro, if any lene senitewego is the return. I know here. We don't need to go to radio station. They say that you can't say this kind of thing. That's why I'm here in front of my own camera, saying it, and everybody will listen to me from all ends of the world. You don't need your controlled TV stations. We don't need your controlled institutions. We don't need your funding. The internet is the greatest gift nature has given to this age, 21st century, and we are using it to tell our own story. So you are asking why people are returning. We are using internet to get everybody to tell our own story. So Ordinana practitioners and other oppressed voices are the greatest beneficiaries of the internet. Some stupid people will always say, the internet was created by the people who went to school and every other thing. And I've always said, all the things we are using, all these gadgets we are using, they didn't give it to us for free. We kept it with our own money. And we will use it to propagate our messages. Time will come, we'll build our own apps. Thank God for the gift of the internet. Thank the gods for the gift of the internet. Is how that inspired whoever or those that created it. They have used it for mass liberation. Because today it's very difficult to control the narrative. It's not like before you control the news. Because he who controls the media controls the truth. Today, the media is in the hands of everybody. Tell your own, let me talk my own. Number 4, the spiritual council. There is a changing world order. The whole world is experiencing a shift. I'm happy as of this morning, I woke up to hear that Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of UK, that the Conservative Party has lost greatly. Instead of you to look after your people in the UK, you are busy sponsoring wars in another person's country, because that's the problem of Western elitism. You people talk about sovereignty, the power of your people over their own affairs. You cannot allow others to control their own affairs. You determine what happens in other people's home country. Where is the sovereignty? Where is the legitimacy? Face your own nation. So because you have refused to face your own nation, power will leave you. That's why an unpopular government like the Labour, you have won a landslide victory this morning. I heard that about 406 seats. And it's going to happen in America. I've said it, whether Trump or Biden win, America is going down. Whichever side of the coin, they will lose. They lost the privilege of being the world power. There is a shift happening. There is a geographical shift. The spiritual council have removed the power. Where this shift is going to, we do not know. I'm not an astrologer. I cannot determine. But what we are sure of is that there is a shift. There is a new world order coming. It has been declared by the spiritual council. It has been decided there will be a new world order. The last world order was created by organized religion with monotheism, the worship of one God, as its fulcrum. Worship of one God. So the coming new world order may be a shift in the worship of one God. Perhaps mankind is about to witness again the worship and the acceptance of what? Many gods. Like the ancient Egypt, Greek, Rome, Mesopotamia, Atlantis civilization. We are about to witness again the acceptance of what? Polytheism, the worship of what? Many gods. So if you look around the world, understand geopolitics, you see that what? The world is changing. It might come with a war. The third world war may come. The chances are getting high. The war may redraw the political map of the world. And we might see the fall of monotheism and the rise of what? Polytheism. So if you're asking why are people going back to the ancestral religion, it might be the rise of polytheism. You are following the new world order. You are getting set for the emergence of the new world order. So what are the lessons to learn from this? We have lessons to learn. What are the lessons? We that are returning to Ordinana, what are our lessons? Compromise. We are not going to compromise. Our fathers, our ancients, they compromised. They welcomed Christianity with what? Open hearts, and they suffered for it. They believed in the principle of Ebo Belugo, Belunke. Yet, what happened? The religion they welcomed with open arm persecuted them, enslaved them. What they welcomed with open hands, how did they welcome it? You will see an ordinary person, an ordinary man. He doesn't care if the child wants to follow the path of Christianity. And I'm saying we are going to wake up. Even me, I was thinking initially that you can be an only ordinary, your wife and your children cannot be an only ordinary. Let them choose their own path. And I'm saying no, right now. Once you are only ordinary, if you're a man, your wife should be an only ordinary. All of only ordinary. Simple day why if you have married. Nobody why. Another why you are only ordinary. If you're a man, your children should follow the path of ordinary. No agree in this period. No compromise. There should be no room for compromise. We are not going to hide again to practice ordinary, and we are not going to give room. Time will come, I won't do it, and we will not sell land to those who want to build churches in our communities. Let them go back. If you want to build church, go to Europe and build it. Oh yes, no compromise. We compromised before, about 100 years ago, 70 years ago. What's the result? The same people that you welcome with Obiocha, they started disseminating altars, traditional altars. In their pulpits, they will be preaching against ordinary, calling it an evil religion, brandishing our ancestors that they did this and they did that. Whereas the same Bible that they are quoting from, there is a lot of atrocities committed in that Bible. In this new movement, there is no compromise. This is one lesson we should learn. Now we are coming back. Let's not compromise our faith, our ordinary faith. Hello, thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share. I would like to hear from some of you. If you have any question, please, you can reach me through the number on the screen, or my email address, or my other social media handles. Thank you. Thank you.